Singapore, a historic handshake, the first summit between a sitting U.S. president and a DPRK leader. A chance to remove nuclear weapons from territory the U.S. military has long considered the most dangerous on Earth.
Chairman Kim and I just signed a joint statement in which he reaffirmed his unwavering commitment to complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula.
But the historic moment produces no agreement on what denuclearization means or how it will be achieved. Still, President Trump tweets, quote, "There is no longer a nuclear threat from North Korea," and suspends joint military exercises with Seoul, which Pyongyang has often called provocative. In a gesture Washington welcomes, the DPRK releases the remains of more than 50 American war dead, a solemn reminder of the wounds left bare by unresolved conflict.
Our work is not complete until all have been accounted for.
In July, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo meets with top DPRK negotiator Kim Young-chol in Pyongyang. Pompeo calls the discussions productive. The DPRK accuses Washington of acting gangster-like.
Yes, that's correct.
Pompeo then says there's no evidence Pyongyang is shutting down its nuclear program.
Yes, they continue to produce fissile material.
A month later, Trump tweets, quote, "I feel we are not making sufficient progress with respect to the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula." He cancels Pompeo's trip to Pyongyang. A second summit with Kim Jong-un now seems unlikely, but not according to Trump.
He wrote me beautiful letters, and they're great letters. We fell in love.
A new year and a new condition. Kim Jong-un demands Washington lift sanctions on Pyongyang for negotiations to continue.
If the U.S. does not keep its promises made in front of the whole world and misjudges our patience and insists sanctions and pressures on our republic, we may be left with no choice but to consider a new way to safeguard our sovereignty and interests.
Ahead of the Hanoi summit, Washington's top intelligence chiefs tell lawmakers the DPRK did not test nuclear weapons last year, but otherwise, little has changed.
We currently assess that North Korea will seek to retain its WMD capabilities and is unlikely to completely give up its nuclear weapons and production capabilities.
Still, administration officials emphasize the potential for progress.
President Trump is ready to end this war. It is over. It is done. We are not going to invade North Korea. We are not seeking to topple the North Korean regime.
So can Donald Trump defuse one of the world's most dangerous flashpoints and in the process end a conflict that has outlasted 12 U.S. presidents? The stakes could not be higher. For the Koreas, a path to permanent peace and security. For Donald Trump, a foreign policy triumph that could define his presidency. Jessica Stone, CGTN, Hanoi, Vietnam.